Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. You watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Sena 10C Pro camera, available at RevZilla.com. This is the 10C Pro, new for the fall of 2018. If you're looking at it, you're saying, I know that Sena 10C. Yes, you do, because in 2014, Sena originally launched the 10C, the original version. Same price, around the $350 mark. The new version takes a leap forward, a few big changes and a few incremental small changes. But before I get into those changes, if you're new to the 10C Pro or 10C, this is the moto vlogger's best friend. This is all of the functionality that you would typically see from a mixture of put a GoPro together, put a Sena 10 series together, and put an external audio rig together. And ultimately what you have is you can replace all those devices with just the 10C. It is a high-def camera. It is, again, that Sena 10C series of communicators. So that's 4 riders, full duplex, up to a mile with Bluetooth connectivity for GPS and your phone, music sharing. We know that drill. It's a comm unit, but then it's fully integrated with this camera, and it fully integrates with the audio pickup that's noise canceling with the microphone that you could wire directly into your lid. So what you have is this all-in-one solution that allows you to record at speed in high clarity, both in picture and in audio. Now, we're going to talk more about some of those features and some of those functionalities in a second. We'll talk about battery life. We'll get into the weeds of the functionality. But here are the big changes moving to this 10C Pro versus the predecessor, the 10C. And remember, if you're just looking for camera, you don't need all the Bluetooth connectivity. Remember, there's also the Sena Prism for about 180 bucks. That's just a high-def camera. Now, you can see this sits on the table. This would mount to the side of your helmet. Here are the speakers. So the bigger upgraded Sena 20 series speakers. It's a nice touch. But here's what they changed in this unit. This unit now creates, the major change is the Wi-Fi closed network that it creates. And that Wi-Fi network is something that the Wi-Fi backpack and then the integrated Wi-Fi GoPros they did it years ago. It's nice to finally see Sena do that. And what that means is it's not Wi-Fi for the internet for this device. It allows you to use the Sena camera app on Android or iOS, which is new and upgraded, connect to a closed Wi-Fi network, and now in real time, you can look at what your camera is seeing and adjust it on the fly. The settings, the angle of the picture, using this device in the front here, which allows you to basically swivel left or right, and depending on the angle of your helmet, make sure you're still level. So you can see in real time what the picture is going to be. What you can also do is immediately stream via Wi-Fi, high transfer rate, high bit rate, any data off this camera. You can preview, you can watch the video, stream them through your phone after you've stopped from recording, and you could share them via social media. You don't have to pull the micro SD card out of this, which is not included. You add your own up to 64 gigabytes. You don't have to pull it out and put it in a computer or in another device to get that data into a format that you can either edit or share. What you can do is you can pull it directly via this closed Wi-Fi system now that this creates onto your phone via the app. That's a huge upgrade. Some of the minor upgrades here that they've done, which are also nice, it's now a 3.7 megapixel camera. So they've beefed up your picture clarity. It also now will record 30 frames per second at its highest quality setting of 1440, and it will do that for just over the two-hour mark, 2 hours and change, on a full battery charge, and that will need to use a 64 gig card, which is the biggest micro SD that you can put in this. So that's been a nice upgrade. You can also do 60 frames per second at 1080, or you can do 30 frames per second at 1080 and some other resolutions, including slow motion, including a time-lapse mode. There's a lot of different things. There's a camera button here on top, but again, it is going to be a fully featured camera that just got better optics and better image quality that now has been upgraded for this 10C Pro without changing the price. That's the big stuff. If we look at the outside, it still looks exactly the same. You have the Jog Dial, you have your take a picture button here on the back, you have your function button here along the side. On the back side where it connects to the helmet, you have this tightener, and notice all of these detents, so you can perfectly set up that angle as you're locking it onto the helmet. And again, you can use your phone and that Wi-Fi enabled app to create that micro network. So now when you put it on your phone and you're ready to hit record, you can actually see exactly how you're set up when you're in your riding position on your bike. The other thing that's really cool about this, it also has loop mode. And what loop mode is going to allow you to do is really have a continuous loop that is looking and constantly recording and re-recording over itself, where really your battery is going to be the limitation. And what that does is it gives you about 2 hours plus of constant record mode. So think about that like from the car's dash cam perspective. Now on a bike, it's constantly recording. So whether you're a moto vlogger that's basically, or just a rider that says, I want to make sure I'm always recording, and if anything exciting happens, then I can hit save and capture that footage, you have that functionality here, and it will constantly write and overwrite, or you can use it in normal mode, which is 2 hours and change in the highest resolution of basically start-stop recording. I'll also say this, it's powered by a micro USB, and you can see it right down here. This new version now allows you to be recording and using the unit while you're also charging it. So if you have any kind of power supply set up on your bike, you can use a micro USB, tap right into this, leave it plugged in off your helmet, kind of snake it down through your body, and now you're basically negating the limits of the battery, and you're constantly going to be powered up, whereas that previous version, you weren't able to charge it while using it. You're either charging or you're using it, so you're still limited by a 4-hour battery, and you couldn't take that extra step. Now, keep in mind it is an electronic. Do your research, call us, ask us your questions. We're happy to walk you through it. But if we send it to you and you open it, it's electronics, it's harder for us to take it back. Keep that in mind. And as always, click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Leave me your comments, request your feedback on the new 10C Pro. Now, diving into some of the other weeds, remember, full duplex, rider to rider. That means you can be talking and listening at the same point up to a mile. You can also connect with other riders that don't have a Sena unit via Bluetooth. It takes one of your 2 Bluetooth connections. And you can connect with a phone. Typically, someone's going to do a smartphone, which gives you phone functionality, music functionality. You can share that music with a rider. You can use voice commands. You can control forward, backward, skip, and cue on the phone for your music with the device itself. Again, that functionality's been around for a long time. It also, with that second Bluetooth connection, allows you to integrate with the GPS. So if you're not using Waze, or call it Google Maps or Apple Maps, what you could use is a Garmin system via Bluetooth, connect with this, and you're gonna get those voice prompts as well. Remember, it is voice activated, there's noise canceling, it comes with a boom or wired mic for inside the helmet. So again, very, very robust functionality to allow you to fully integrate this with your lid. You can get 13 hours of usage. This is for the phone, music, or the music sharing. You can get 13 hours or 7 days of standby. And again, remember, when you're in full camera mode and you're recording, you're gonna get about 4 hours on a full charge, but you can beef up that battery. So all in, some big steps forward and some small steps forward here on the Sena 10C Pro, new for 2018. Fully functioned, the holy grail for the moto vloggers. It really allows you to spend $350 about one time and negate having to have a bunch of different systems that you then have to piece together your footage after the fact or use a more complex rig. They really changed the game when they came out with this. But the next step in your journey, click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device, visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com, read other rider reviews. You shouldn't just take our word for it. If you want to talk to a Gear Geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion, the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.